The NFL might have just revealed its opening night plan, and the Chicago Bears weren't supposed to be part of it this soon. A single comment may have exposed everything, turning quiet off-season hype into a full-blown spotlight moment. But if this is true, it changes everything about their season. But that's where things start to feel a little too convenient. The hype around the Chicago Bears didn't just grow, it exploded almost overnight. And it all starts with one name, Caleb Williams. He hasn't even played a full NFL season yet, but the expectations, they're already sky high. Franchise savior, game changer, the guy who finally fixes everything. That's the narrative being built. And with offensive-minded head coach Ben Johnson bringing a fresh system, the excitement feels different this time, more real, more dangerous. For the first time in years, the Bears aren't just a rebuilding team, they're being labeled as must-watch. Analysts are talking playoffs, fans are buying in, social media is buzzing with clips, predictions, and bold claims. But here's the thing, hype like this doesn't come quietly, it comes with pressure, massive pressure. Because every throw, every mistake, every loss, it's all going to be magnified. And when a team rises this fast in the public eye, the fall, if it happens, can be just as fast. And that's exactly why the spotlight might be arriving sooner than expected. A single sentence may have just exposed something the NFL wasn't ready to reveal. When Michael Wilbon casually mentioned the Chicago Bears opening the season in Seattle, it didn't sound like a guess. It sounded specific, too specific. And that's what raised eyebrows. Because this isn't a normal year. The NFL is shifting its schedule, experimenting with international games, and moving opening week pieces around in ways we haven't seen before. Which means any slip like this suddenly carries more weight. Was it just a prediction, or did something quietly leak from behind the scenes? When you break it down, the matchup actually makes sense. Chicago brings hype, a massive market, and a young star the league wants to showcase. Seattle brings a tough environment and a playoff-caliber roster. It's the kind of game that instantly grabs attention. But here's the real question, why the Bears? Out of every option the league had, why fast-track a team that hasn't proven anything yet into the spotlight? Because if this wasn't a mistake, then something much bigger is already in motion. The NFL isn't just scheduling games anymore, it's building storylines. And right now, the Chicago Bears are becoming one of the most valuable stories in football. Not because they've already won, but because of what they could become. Think about it, Chicago is one of the biggest sports markets in the league. When the Bears are relevant, ratings explode. And now they finally have something they've been missing for years, a quarterback the entire league is watching. A name that sparks debate, draws attention, and keeps fans locked in every single snap. That's exactly what the NFL wants. Because the league is always thinking ahead, it knows stars don't last forever. And while players like Patrick Mahomes still dominate, the next wave has to be ready. The Bears offer that opportunity, a fresh face, a new storyline, and a team that can carry national attention again. But here's the catch, putting them in prime time this early isn't just opportunity, it's pressure, massive pressure. Because if they deliver, the NFL wins big. But if they don't, the hype could collapse faster than anyone expects. Everyone's talking about the hype, but almost no one is talking about the risk. The Chicago Bears could genuinely be a better team this year and still end up with a worse record. That's how brutal their schedule looks. We're talking playoff-level opponents, elite defenses, and hostile road environments right out of the gate. And for a young quarterback still adjusting to the NFL speed, that's not just a challenge, it's a potential trap. Early struggles don't just affect wins, they shape narratives. And narratives in Chicago, they turn fast. If things start slow, the same media that built them up could flip overnight. Questions about development, coaching decisions, whether the hype came too soon, it happens every year to young teams pushed into the spotlight too early. Some fans believe this schedule could actually expose weaknesses before the team is ready. Others think it's the perfect test to accelerate growth, but either way, there's no easing into this season. No soft landing, no quiet buildup. Just pressure from day one. And if they stumble early, that's when everything could start to spiral. While everyone's focused on the field, something just as important is unfolding behind the scenes, and it's been dragging on for years. The Chicago Bears are still stuck in a stadium decision that feels like it should have been settled by now. Two locations, two completely different futures. Arlington Heights offers control, ownership, and the vision of a modern football empire. Hammond, on the other hand, brings a different financial structure and potential political advantages, but neither option has crossed the finish line. And that delay, it's starting to raise serious concerns. Because this isn't just about where they play, it's about revenue, long-term growth, and whether Chicago can host events like the Super Bowl again. Every month without a decision slows everything down: planning, funding, construction timelines. And now, reports suggest the urgency is increasing. Deadlines are approaching, meetings are scheduled, pressure is building from multiple sides, including within the state and the league itself. The longer this drags out, the more complicated it becomes. And at some point, hesitation turns into a problem. Because if they don't decide soon, they might not control the outcome anymore. Behind the scenes, the situation is getting harder to ignore. The NFL isn't just watching anymore, it's starting to lean in. When Roger Goodell was spotted in Chicago earlier this year, it wasn't just a casual visit, it was a signal. Because the league has a vested interest in what happens next with the Chicago Bears. Chicago is one of the biggest markets in sports, yet it hasn't hosted a Super Bowl in decades, and the reason is simple: stadium limitations. The NFL wants that to change. New stadiums in cities like Buffalo and Tennessee are already moving forward, setting the pace. Chicago, still deciding. And that's where the pressure comes in. There's also the G5 funding program, up to $250 million available, but that requires alignment, approval, and most importantly, a decision. The longer the Bears wait, the more they risk falling behind other franchises that are already building toward the future. Some reports suggest the league would prefer a decision sooner rather than later, not years from now. Because from the NFL's perspective, this isn't optional anymore, it's necessary. And if that pressure keeps building, the Bears may not have as much time as they think. Everything points to one unsettling idea: the Chicago Bears might be getting pushed forward faster than expected. On one side, there's the sudden primetime buzz. On the other, growing pressure to lock in a stadium deal. It doesn't feel random. It feels coordinated. The NFL sees potential, a new face of the league, a massive market ready to explode again, but potential isn't the same as being ready. And if the timing is off, the fallout won't be small. Because this isn't just about a season anymore, it could define their entire future.